So I started walking over to the park. I didn't have any special place to go to, so I went. I couldn't believe what had happened next. I dropped it. The record I bought for Phoebe probably smashed into about 50 pieces. Right before I left the bar and started walking, I was having a conversation with a witty bastard of a pianist. Hey bartender, hit me up with a drink for this short break. Hey man, why don't you just go home already? How old are you anyways?
I'm 86. Listen, do me a favor. Give that Valencio chick my regards.
So I started walking outside, and I was so drunk, I guess. So what I did was give old Sally Hayes a buzz. I was so drunk. I swear I was so drunk.
Hello?
Sally, that you? I'll come over Christmas to trim your goddamn tree for you.
Stop
okay?
screaming. Are you drunk? Go to bed now, Holden.
I'll come over trim goddamn tree for you, Sally. I'll come over
Okay,
trim the
go
goddamn
home
tree
and go
for
to
you.
bed. Good night.
Eventually, I got back into the bar, and eventually I left again. I didn't feel too drunk anymore when I went outside for the second time, but it was getting very cold out again. This was when I decided to walk to the park, and this was the same walk that I dropped that goddamn record. After I picked up the pieces from the broken record, I headed my way, and then finally I sat on this bench where it wasn't so goddamn dark. I began to think I was getting pneumonia and that I was about to die. I started to picture my funeral and all. The only good thing would be that my mother wouldn't let Phoebe come to my goddamn funeral because she was only a kid. I started to think about all the million jerks that would attend the funeral. And then I started to feel sorry as heck for my mother and father, especially my mother, because she still isn't over my brother Ali yet. Even I wasn't able to go to Ali's funeral because I was still in the hospital for my broken hand. DB told me that a goddamn stupid bunch of people came when Ali died, and that our aunt kept saying how peaceful he looked there. That drove me nuts, because who wants to be surrounded by dead guys anyways? I hope that when I do die, somebody would just dump me into a river. We visited Ali frequently, but in time I cut it out. I remember one time it began to rain, and everyone started running like hell to their cars. What nearly drove me crazy was that the visitors could get into their cars and go someplace nice for dinner. Everybody except for Ali. Again, I started to think about my own death again. And then I started to think about how old Phoebe would feel. It was a childish way to think. I eventually got the hell out of the park and decided to go home to see Phoebe. It was just very cold and nobody around anywhere. It was just very cold.